Hey there, fellow metalworkers, Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Primitive Survival. Episode 54, Forging a Helvehammered Light. While I'm making the path slabs, let's at least put a grain in to get ground up. Because I think we're done eating like raw porridge. So the only grains I don't want to do is the flax. That I'll run over to the chickens. So we've got spelt. We got a whole lot of rice, so I'll just do a big old batch of rice. 58. And that might be a good way to use the blood that we have. And then the offal that we have to make some pies. Alright, chickens, I'm coming. Yet another building that could use a lantern at some point. And now you understand why I'm growing as much flax as I'm growing, is like, these guys basically ate the 2.5 stacks of flax that I had, right? They're not light eaters. It's almost like obscene how much food that they will consume. Which is one of the reasons why you would eventually get rid of generation zeros once my generation ones grow up a little bit more. Because what we can do, once we have enough generation ones, that laws of averages would dictate that, well, alright. To back this up a little bit, only the females matter for generations, which means if I have chicks that become chickens, not roosters, at generation 1, and those hens then become that. So if I have a wild rooster breed with a generation 2 hen, it will make a generation 3 egg. So the roosters don't matter at all. The less wild they are, the more ideal it is. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that the chicks I have become hens, not roosters, so that they can pass on their generation. So I don't know what genders there are, but like it's reasonable to assume once I have like, let's say 8 chicks, that at least one will be a hen. So that's sort of what I'm waiting on is to have a lot of chicks so that I can call the generation zeros. Except for maybe one rooster. If that makes sense. Don't forget the roosters will fight. Yes, that's true. I mean, they don't fight much. But that's one of the reasons why I'm... I'll account for that. Boy, we are out of flax entirely. Alright, so the last part of the marsh is... We're going to want... I think what I'll do is I'll get low-fert soil and mix it with andesite for the path blocks. Oh, some of this is becoming medium fert. So the slabs here have a 1.3 walk speed. You move faster on them. So if you're trying to make like an expansive base, one that's laid out big, these paths are ideal because you'll move around faster on them. And this is something that I want to incorporate all over the base eventually. They're not exactly the most sexy looking, but the idea I had for at least this papyrus project is to incorporate the walking slabs. On, elevated on wood. I'm just going to use the medium for it. I don't really care. I just need to get more soil for him. But it's, there's other path blocks that you can make, but this is the quick and dirty ones. If you look at the other paths, there's wooden paths as well. But they don't have as high walk speed. But there might be an aesthetic reason to have them, like in the kitchen or something, where you don't want just like dirt. Plus, the wooden walking paths are laid on top of a full block, whereas these are like partial full blocks, so these aren't airtight. Last I checked, maybe I'm wrong about that. It's been a while, but I think that was one of the reasons why not to use them in like cellar situations. I don't have a lot of time for a last project, looking at the clock, so, and also, I want maybe these to be stepped, so I'll do some chiseling as well. There's a lot of just like base maintenance. I think probably using the flour in the blood and the offal, because it's going to rot otherwise, and that will be the last thing I do, is just to make sure that I'm not spoiling food that doesn't need to be spoiled. But I must say, despite living in the tropics, I really have not felt the need to have a whole heck of a lot of crocks for food storage, because I've been smoking my foods instead, and then running batches of just eating, you know, everything that we need, and try not to waste any. For some reason or another, my brain thought that this was some sort of like monster, like it was a drifter for a second. Someone needs a little extra sleep. You saw that too? Yeah, it was like, I don't know, just, I don't know, I just looked over and it just looked wrong. It looked like some sort of monster type. Oh crap, what did I just do? Did I never put in my backpack back. Yeah, right. All right. Because it's in here. There we are. I didn't get the leather for it. So now on my back is... Yeah, I'll switch them. All right. Interestingly, I ran out of stone for this project, so I'll go digging. I'll dig up, to make it reasonable, I'll dig up quartz, where the byproduct, it will just be of the stone, oh, ouch, stone that we need. With that said, my pick's almost dead. Oh, you know what? How about, headspace? So that we can make this like a proper stairwell. Because if I added stairs in this tunnel, I would be, like, massively bumping my head constantly. One of the problems of like nice stairwells in Vintage Story, and this is also somewhat true in Minecraft and other voxel games, is you can fit into a too high space, but if you want to rapidly move, if you want to run in a too high space quickly, you can't. It needs to be like 4 high. This pick is near dead? Yep. I don't think repairing will be the last project, though, because even though the pick's near dead, it's got a lot more durability than I can use up in, like, 10 minutes. Unless all I do is mine. Are path blocks chiselable? They might not be, and if they're not, I'll come up with a alternative solution. But finishing the papyrus is probably still going to take the bulk of my time. $45 more? That actually might be enough. I must say, I am surprised. Not that surprised, but I'm relatively surprised that going for iron wasn't a higher voted priority. Given that we have Helvehammered and like a reasonable amount of wind. It's not super high, the wind speed, but like high enough that you could probably get blooms running without too much stress. Cheapest stairs available? Would probably just be like cobble stairs, but it would require me to pick more. So, not high up on my list of things to do. There we go. We got a whole bunch of rice flour. More than can even fit. So we got more than a stack of rice. That's awesome. Alright, next up we'll just grind up some spelt. What I really need is like grain, like raw grain, flour. Like I need more of these pots at some point. You know? To do some better organization than this absolute bonkers nonsense that I got going on right now. Plus, some of the stuff in here isn't even, like, the fat and the horsetail can probably just come out. It's not perishable, so it doesn't need to be down here. Yeah. I'll put it in the farming chest. And the fat, I'll put in the butchery. More of a butchering product than a farming one. Feel so fast. I had left, if you look at the base, except for the house, I left a lot of the space here able to take path blocks if I want at some point. There's like a desire to really path things up, and obviously it was pulled on, but it hadn't won. And no, they can't be chiseled. Oops. Which is not hard to fix, because then you can just use slabs as a step, like this. A little bit more light. There we go. And then if we end up pathing more stuff, we can move these corner slabs, right? They're able to be installed elsewhere too. And I'll show you that too, because that's one mechanic I haven't shown, which is like any chiseled block can be transported and relocated without much issue, which is nice. So I'll put the remaining path blocks in here. So if we pick these up, it creates the exactly what we had chiseled, and you can put it somewhere else too. And I think with the wrench you can rotate it. Let me double check. Yep. So it can be rotated from its from the side at which you built, which makes it pretty versatile. Also, the first time I used the wrench. Well, we got a little bit of time left, but now we have the papyrus project all done. With that said, I can't, it could use some light. We have use of light probably in the chicken area more than anywhere else. So, yeah, let's make one more lantern. Plus I have like quartz and everything. So I think we have... Ooh, you know what? I don't have enough native gold for that. But I think what I want to do is make a molly lantern. Which is 12% copper. And like 88% lead. What's the... There. Good enough. Well, actually, we'll need a plate of it, so I should double this. I just realized. Okay. What's its melting temperature? I have no idea. But, just use firewood, not peat. And I'll update the priority in just a second. So, the last project I work on is make a lantern. And we'll need more gold than I've got for it. So I'm going to get back into the our quarry and get the gold we need. I do have some ripened crops, but I'm just gonna leave them because, ooh, actually, well, a lot of the flax is mature, but some of it is 8 of 9, so I'll just wait for like all of it to be 9 of 9 and then do it in one big batch. Because I'll be rotating the crops because they're all on high fruit soil, so they're going from K to P or N. Probably N because there's a lot more soil nutrition in N than P. The other thing is I do not have the stone in order to make proper stairs. I don't have the raw stone, so we'll need to do some sort of mining, whether it's like iron or some other metal to for that. But yeah, I can full sprint down these now, which is a big difference. Just can't sprint up them because I don't have stairs yet. I'm curious if that leads anywhere to dig that way and to see if it goes somewhere interesting. So I had 18 units of oh no, that's bismuth. I had 18 units of gold, but I'll need 40 total for the lanterns. And if it's to be lined. You know, and if I can make a lined one, might as well. So I'll be doing a chunk search to see if there's gold nearby. Trace amounts of gold. Okay, so there is gold somewhere. And ideally, I want to make the lantern out of clear quartz rather than glass, because glass is a lot more versatile than clear quartz. In my opinion. Yeah, where's his gold? So we have one piece of clear quartz so far. Ah, found some. Alright, doing a chunk search here. Trace amounts of native gold still. Haven't done a prospect on that dead end. I haven't done a chunk search on it, no. But I wouldn't really need to prospect it because it's going to be the same density as everything else that's down here. Maybe I will end up breaking my pick. Oh, more gold. I'm trying to find a spot here that is not, wow, I mean, quartz veins usually are just massive. There we go. Is there gold down in this end? Yep. Alright, so it looks like, how about over here? Looks like there's gold throughout this entire quartz vein in trace amounts here and there. And I just need to poke around for it. So we have the clear quartz for another lantern. And I'll just pick until it breaks. Looking around for whatever trace gold we can find. There's some. And if I leave 2 spaces between, we'll be able to see all faces of the voxels. So that would be the sort of the completionist ideal strip mining. And I know there's trace gold around here, so I don't exactly know what side of the cave it is, but come on. Is there still gold around here? Let's check. Yep, still trace. It could be deeper, true. The chunk search doesn't tell you up, down, left, right. Just tells you, is it within 6? But as long as I'm continually getting trace readings, I'm not searching in the wrong area. You know, that's the, I guess, the important bit. Of course, if it was higher than trace, that'd be the area that I'd prioritize. Like if it was in medium amounts or low amounts or something like that. Well, that is as far as I'm going to go on this run. So let's, where's the out? Let's repair the pick. God, where is out? Okay, out's up there. I guess I'll pro pick this because I could build my way out, but this works too. Oh, for the love of... I can't mine that. I don't have a tool for it. It's funny. Found more gold, guys. What the? No, I'm drinking. Oh, yeah, did you just think I was holding shift? Oh, whatever. I'll get more well water. And I didn't finish the molly. I know, like, I heated it up and then just, like, walked away and didn't do anything with it. So I'm sure it's, like, back down to ambient, nearly. I got distracted. You know how it is. Well, it's not ambient. It's warm. So let's actually try to do this time. And then we don't have enough gold yet. We have 30 of 40. So it's close, but not all the way there. So I probably won't finish this project this stream for lack of time, but at least we can do is fix the pick. This might be the last time I fix this pick, though. I don't know how many repair cycles I want to go through before deciding its end of life. But I know some of my tools are getting close to that, well, whatever that number we decide is. Molly smelts at 902. Oh, okay. 2 degrees hotter than peat. Feel like we could just like sprinkle a little crushed up coal on top of the peat and call it good. I'm never gonna remember that I have an angle gear here for storage. Actually, I don't even want this running right now, because if I'm repairing a tool, that's... I need this. Ready to go to free up nuggets for that. I don't know why I heated that up first. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm doing everything wrong. How many pieces is this missing? 5? Okay. Because I only have 1 crucible, so this has got to finish before I work on the next thing. Yeah, I'm a little scattered, mostly because I'm like super hungry. I skipped lunch, which was a bad idea. Because now I'm like hypoglycemic and jittery. But whatever, I'll be eating soon enough. I'll live. So I didn't get around to using up the offal and well, we still have more offal coming out. But that could be a project for next week, perhaps. Strong tannins ready, though. Here we go. 5 hides. Done. Some more leather coming on. And even more over there. We do need to make another batch of lime water. Oh, there was soaked hides in there. Whoops. Oh well. And before I get too distracted, I know I need to make lime water, but is this... yeah, this is good to go. So here's the 2 ingots for 1 plate of moly to make like a dark black lantern. And then we need 3 chunks of tin for the pick head. And that should remain hot enough to work. Oops. One of the problems of having multiple monitors is sometimes I just like... oh my god. Click, click, click. There we go. Sometimes I tab out. Lime water. That's... here. Done. So now we can process more pelts. Well, we got them. I think did I eat all my pie? Nope. Perfect. Yeah, another future project, which would be fixing this place up a bit more. And what I would do here is to have more storage bowls for like prepared food, grains, flour, vegetables, meat, eggs, you know, just so that they're a little bit more organized. Because they're really not. I also don't need to store well water down here, like, at all. I got so much of it. I can have my jugs just chilling here. Oh, what the hell? Okay. Yep, that's warm enough. Perfect. Now what part... guess it doesn't really matter. What stage of leather is no longer perishable? So the raw hides are the perishable parts. Once they've been lime washed or rubbed with fat to become pelts, they're fine. They're non-perishable anymore. So we've already made sure that they won't get ruined. So all that's left to make the lantern is the lining. And we're missing just 10 units of native gold. I don't think I'll get 10 off of that one that I found down there. But given that I'm not that much over time, we can go check. But yeah, as you can see here, they don't have a rot timer, even in their soaked state. So it doesn't take much to prevent a hide from becoming rot. And thankfully, lime wash is quick. So it's like, in the time, hides are good for a few days, and lime wash only takes a day. So it's not hard to keep it from spoiling. So I need 10 units. And I got 4 of 10. I'll try to get the... I'm not going to finish the lantern, but I'll try to get the gold required for it. I say foolishly, knowing that I'm out of time, and this could be forever. Right, I could be chasing down trace gold I just can't find. But I'm feeling lucky. I don't know why, but I am. So this has been repaired 3 times, and it's missing a lot of its max HP on this pick. One of the reasons I haven't made a new one is I just sort of assumed my next pick was going to be iron, and then very quickly that iron pick phased out in lieu of a meteoric one. That's what I sort of assumed was to happen. And if this series is to continue, maybe I make a push to realize that by blooming up my first batch of iron and then taking that iron pick to go chase down meteoric iron. Because the meteoric iron tools are just, they're not going to wear out quickly at all. Yeah, at least it's not a resin hunt. I know it's here. I just need to find it. Huzzah! And this one's bountiful, so there'll be even more yield. There should be 6. Oh no, 4. Well, whatever. We're close. One more nugget. And it's right there. Done. That's all we needed. And the byproduct of all of this gold finding is, of course, lots and lots and lots of quartz. So if we had the desire... Where's out? If we had the desire to incorporate... I don't have a lot of lead left, obviously, but if we had the desire to incorporate a lot of glass slab style for building, we certainly could. We could have glass slabbed constructions. You want me to chunk search right here? Sure. So there's a little dead end here. Nothing. And then there's one over here. Likely nothing as well. Because this is basically on top of the last one. So they probably overlap a little bit. Yep, nothing. Nothing is the average. I'm not upset by that. It's rare to find stuff. You know, I would say, like, if I was to put a number on it, maybe like 2% or something of cave material will be non-stone, or 1%, which is still high, but still pretty low. Yeah, the world gen on this series is pretty good. It took a while to find the initial tin, but then once I did, it came in quickly. So here's the hardened moly that at some point we'll hammer into a plate, and then the gold, which we can make into ingots into a plate. But that's not for now, because I'm already over time, so this is as far as I'm going to get for today. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another vintage story. What do we get accomplished today? Well, let's see. We managed to spruce up the kitchen for the windows, adding in a new look. So we got more lime for lime wash to process more leather. We put in these walnut leaded paned windows. With all of that extra butchery, we got another butchery hook, and then we processed a lot more meat into hides and offal and leather and all of that. And then We built the papyrus farm floats here where we can more easily harvest our papyrus, and then relocated some of our storage here to make this look more lived in, which I feel like we did a decent job. Plus we have generation 1 chicks as well, so we are starting to work on our domestication for chickens, which is a good thing. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Primitive Survival, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhodamont.com has linked to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow homesteaders.